I know that the night brings you down on your own knife, but it's alright. Darling, there's no crying. Get yourself gonna shout, but it's all good. Darling, there's no crying. I never thought I could be so happy. I'm looking on it from the inside out. Given the right circumstances, it could be safe to say just some weird, fun little stuff. Alright, let me. Come on. Okay. Well, hello everybody. This is Rocky Moon coming to you live from the Rocky Moon Stronghold. And right now you're seeing a cover. Before I put myself on camera, I'm just going to do a few adjustments here. So, yeah, this is kind of a fun little interactive show where I can just post your comments like this. Hello, Jamie Douglas. Hello, Jamie Douglas. All right. So before I bring myself on camera, I'm just going to say that this live stream is all over the world on, what was it, like 30 plus social media platforms. So if you're looking to watch this anywhere, you can watch it on Twitch, you can watch it on YouTube, you can watch it on Twitter, you can watch it on, well, not Instagram yet, but it's coming. And here we go. We're going to get myself on camera here. There we go. All right. So we got Jamie Douglas with his comment. And it is top comment of the moment. All right, so this is I'm a little parched. So this is a Rocky Moon talk show where I talk about various things. So if anyone can, I'm just making sure everyone can hear me well, and all right. So yeah, so I can hear myself. If anyone wants to comment on if they can hear me well, if they can hear this, just feel free to do so. All right, so Jamie Douglas is with another comment. Ha! Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. All right, so yeah, this is a test episode of the Rocky Moon Talk Show. We're bringing this in a new direction, so a little more production value, I would say. Yeah, like with yeah, because I used to do this on my iPhone, which is now broken, and yeah, I just got myself a little bit of a setup here. We got ourselves a microphone and pop filter, some headphones, USB interface, just plug a fun little Timbit that I have for myself, which is, this is camera 1. And we're in camera 2, which is sort of a side view of myself with a little bit of lighting from this side in particular. Yeah, this is sort of going to be, this is like a live stream kind of dealio. Oh, sound quality is excellent. Yes, I kind of like it myself. All right, so we're going to go back to camera 1. All right. Sort of yeah, like the quality of these cameras are not the best, but they get the job done. So like my my kind of thing for today is to just talk about random things. Like if people are watching, they can ask me questions, and I can post their question on the live stream. Just right, oh, there we go. Here, right here, people can ask questions, and I can put them on screen. And then they have their name, profile picture, and so with everything coming full circle, um, like I've been gone from the talk show circuit for a while. Yeah, like in the end of March, beginning of April, I like tried to do like a bit of a talk show through like Instagram Live, in which I had just going through my iPhone with low quality sound, and let's see, and I got like a lot of guests to come on to the show, and so many interesting people to meet, which was a very good thing. But now, like I've done a lot of research into a lot of applications and a lot of yeah, and I found this app called Restream, well, which it connects like to every social media platform that you can think of. So right now, like in particular, I'm connected to my personal profile, which is Thaddeus Kyle Moon. I'm connected to the Rocky Moons page, and I am connected to YouTube and YouTube Live, in which it's simultaneously recording this episode as we speak, which this is a test episode, so it's not gonna like stay up or anything. Like it's just gonna be me talking and rambling about, and also on Twitch, which is pretty a-okay to me, and also on what was it, Mixer, LinkedIn, Periscope by Twitter. The list goes on and on. So wherever this show is streaming, it is streaming all over the world. In which I'm also connected to some fascinating little apps in what was it, Russia, China, South Korea, Japan. Like a lot of their social medias, like I'm connected as well. So for the past while, I've been playing World of Warcraft, and I've grown fascinatingly addicted to the game because of like there's a certain place in World of Warcraft that is really, really, really not safe for work, I would say. So, and while I was having my adventures in this place, I thought to myself, why don't I share my adventures in such a place? Oh, there's Paul Laffey, and his comment is on on right here. But anyways, as I was saying, that my adventures in World of Warcraft have gotten very, very weird, to say the least. So yeah, like I've been running running an idea of a little show called WoW After Dark, in which it's basically me going through this section of World of Warcraft, which is very weird. The people like all the weirdness happens, and I might as well just play it and bring it to light just to have some fun. Yeah, it is going to be it's going to be on Twitch for sure. Like I don't know about other platforms because like yeah, some stuff might get a little racy. Just the stuff I've seen. Nah. Yeah, it's probably gonna be like a Twitch only series where like I don't know, like every night I play the game and see where it all takes me. And some places just get really, really, really dark and disturbing. It is indeed a disturbing universe. All right. So, like right now, like with streaming, I'm open to questions that people may have, and what questions they would have can be brought to light on right here, which when people comment and I give an answer of sorts. But I often find that it's like a big delay that happens a lot. Yeah, so right now I got a few comments. Yeah, this is a bit of a inside joke between fellow musicians. Yeah, ha wa wa. Yeah, so well, which segues into another topic of conversation that like I've been yeah, so it's been recently announced by the local health authority that live music is prohibited in bars around the Ottawa area because apparently people talk moistly too much. Like because if you raise the level of music, people tend to be like, "Hey." Apparently. Don't take my word for it. It's just my interpretation of these types of situations. But and yeah, sort of. I have a lot of friends who rely on live music in bars to make a living for themselves, including myself. But not to the same degree as fellow compatriots. Yeah, like, it's been like an eventful day. Like people, like when I saw like the post of it, I was just like, really, because yeah, like for me, like I was thinking like we're getting into greener pastures, like with like months going by, like people are starting to go out more, like yeah, bars are opening up their patios and such. Then they come out with, oh yeah, bars are open, but live music, not no go. Maybe I mean like there could be like a lot of ways to go around that kind of thing. Like if it's like an issue with loudness, like like a simple solution would be just like, oh, go acoustic, like, but yeah, it's just there's like a lot of that stigma that like people don't think about musicians. All right. So I am definitely got to share this comment right here. Please sign and share this petition to extend CRV payments to full-time entertainers. Thank you. And the link is on the comment. So I would like for you to, like, for viewers that are watching, would like to sign that petition because yeah, like it lends a good helping out to fellow entertainers. Because yeah, with this recent announcement, like yeah, like a lot of people are out of work, and some people like unfortunately can't get work in a conventional sense because sometimes yeah, like a lot of people like I can imagine like a lot of people have a thing like they got into doing music full time to get out of doing the kind of work that kind of is to them, but yeah, sort of in that kind of in that kind of sense. But yeah, like I'm always open to questions that people may have, and if anyone has like a topic of discussion that they want to hear or want me to converse about, I'm always open ears. Otherwise, I'm just gonna like I'm sort of in that rambly kind of motion, like yeah, because I'm kind of still reeling from like all the news that's been happening since like I've been cooped up in cooped up in my room basically, and yeah, like a lot has happened since early April. Yeah, like early April was like when I sort of ended the show for a while because I wanted to make the show better. I wanted to get the quality of it to a good point, and I wanted the quality of the guest experience to be much better. And yeah, like sort of like when I start getting guests on the show, like it will be, I'd say it'd be better. Like it's funny enough. Like I can, like with this app, I can get about 4 people onto the show at the same time. And that's including myself. Yeah, like so it would be like 3 people. So essentially, I can get like a panel of three people to just come onto the show and talk away with me. Yeah, whoever wants to be like a guest on the show, like they can just send me a comment or something. Yeah. So in the background, I have bottles of water. uh, so yeah, this is like, oh, he's not environmentally friendly. uh, but yeah, just I have like a lot of food stocked up since then. And funny enough, like I recently did my taxes for this year, and I'm kind of like, oh my god, I just hope everything works out because if it's like, oh, Hmm. But yeah, it's just yeah, I did my taxes, and if I hear back from CRA, I just hope it's like I'm kind of if I go any further, I'd be like incriminating myself. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, I put on like my self employment income. I put in my Uber income, and that's basically like what I did last year. And yeah, yeah, that was just like plain and simple. And I kind of found it was like, oh, is it too simple? Because I had like zero. I didn't want to claim like like I had like a lot of small expenses towards everything, in which like they were like kind of like, oh, they're like a lot of it's like too small to be like, oh, I gotta go through this receipt, through this receipt. So I just didn't bother to claim mu- any much of expenses that I may have had. But yeah, it's just simply just waiting to see how how it goes. So let me. So let's play the camera two. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I can see myself there. I'm looking at Facebook right here. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm just checking out everywhere where I'm live apparently. So yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm definitely live on my Rocky Moon page. I am definitely live on my personal Facebook profile. And I'm also live on YouTube, Twitch. Yeah, it's been going pretty good. Like for the moment, like I've been just talking away, like just yeah. There's so much to talk about when you think about yeah, like everything that's been going on the past couple months. Like I sort of feel like myself, like I've been out of the loop when it is all said and done. But uh, like the best way to like talk about like all this stuff is like in detail with other people, because yeah, like having a conversation is usually the it's always like the best form of what was it like, yeah, like conversation is like the best form of just like being like a think tank sorts, like in what you believe in, just to like get your point across, get your opinion across. And having conversations just helps with that. Yeah, as long as people. That's another thing too that I find like with everything that goes on, like just people don't listen to each other. It tends to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. This is my opinion. You listen to me. Don't interrupt me. But yeah, it's yeah, sort of yeah. That's the thing. Like with like a lot of like people nowadays, like they have like an agenda behind their opinions sometimes. and especially like when it's like in like news or like mainstream entertainment. Yeah, you see like a lot of like like news, like Fox News and like all that have like their own agenda, because a lot of times like there's just like corporate backings of sorts. That, well, this is don't take like my words with a grain of salt, like, because yeah, it's just like I don't know, I just want to state my opinion sometimes, and if people are listening and just like taking a note or two, but not really. Don't take notes. Don't take notes. But yeah, it's always that kind of thing. Like when you, or like when you're like a guest, or if you like have like a guest speaker or anything, just a lot of times, like, so for example, like if you're like an atheist and you invite a religious person to talk to you or whatever, like vice versa, like at least one person has like an agenda in mind, like, oh, I want to convert, like, I want like my idea of thinking pushed on towards like another person. Like sometimes, yeah, sometimes that happens, like, but I my big thing is just, yeah, like listen to people and like just make sure like you're actively listening, because yeah, where was I going with this? Yeah, it's just uh yeah, I had a whole tangent about it, but it just poof, right out of my head. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, the best way to learn about someone is to listen, and that kind of thing is a two-way street as well. Like, just because that's what, well, to me, that's what life's all about, is gaining perspective. Yeah, because like a lot of times, like you're like trying to, like, for me anyways, like I want to hear people like talk about everything and nothing at the same time. Just, yeah, like I just want to, yeah, like I've always been a person who loves to listen to people talk, like even if like their opinion doesn't mesh well with me, like I still listen and just what they're saying, in which, yeah, there's no harm in that. Well, that's what I believe anyways, like just making sure. Oh, yeah, just I went off tangent there. Like, I don't know, like when I yeah. Yeah, just yeah, like with me, like it's so, like a lot of my thoughts are just really jumbled, and I like to like, because like I've always been more of a listener than a talker. just a lot of my thoughts get jumbled up sometimes when I try to say the right thing or say at least something close to like what my opinion would be. Because a lot of times, like when yeah, like a lot of times, like I just because I'm not the kind of person that would let like not I'm not an argumentative type of person. I just listen and like listen to people's opinions despite like any like rights or wrongs that come with them. Yeah, like I don't know, like sometimes I could just listen to like rambling, like something like what I'm doing right now. Like I don't know, it's just it's just a lot sometimes to be very like argumentative and opinionated. But sometimes it has to be done if things go too far, too wrong. But in the end of the day, I'm I'm just all about having a fun conversation in which I feel like I'm just going around in circles because I just feel like nobody's watching me ramble on this test episode. Like right now, like what was it like? It's like 30 something minutes that have been going on. But yeah, like oh, it's 37 minutes. So, yeah, like I can stay on and like if anyone has any questions, I can just feel you can just feel free to ask away. Yeah, like and if you have any comments, I can post them on the bottom, like right below me. Hi, Kyle. All right, so this is comment from Chris Layfield. All right, yeah. So yeah, Chris is an old co-worker of mine. When I used to work in Teriyaki Experience, like he was the guy beside me while I was while I was doing the cashier business end of it. And he like I was like cashier slash cook, and he was like cook slash cashier. Like it'd be like, oh, switch here, switch there. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm like that was. What was it? Yeah, it was in 2018 that I. What was it like? Yeah, like it was in. Yeah, like I. well, for lack of a better term, I got fired because one day, like, I was coming in after an Uber Eats shift, and I was just tired out, and I kind of went on a tangent while at work. Like, I was kind of like exhausted to the point where like my customer service abilities were just out of whack. So then, yeah, at that point, I went to I went to do Uber Eats full time, and up until this COVID-19 came around, like I've been doing it ever since. As long as well as doing a lot of my musician work and a little bit of acting work as well. Shit happens, yes, yes. And yeah, that's sort of been like my a lot of like my job history was to be honest, a lot of a lot of quits, a lot of yeah, mostly a lot of quits, but let's see, I've only ever gotten fired twice in my life. One time, the first time I got fired was it was 2000 and it was New Year's 2015. I was working a job at Whole Foods Market, and like I've gotten like written up for not smiling. And yeah, and one day like I went into Whole Foods, and I was having a really crappy day, and it showed in my work. So then the boss calls me in, and it was like the manager, like the general manager and the meat department manager. They were looking at me like, "Oh, yeah, so we kind of don't like your performance, and sorry to say this, but yeah, we're looking to let you go." And to me, like being that like it was like the first time I ever got fired, I was kind of like, oh shit, like I have to take these jobs seriously. Because I kind of like gotten by working just like just by the skin of my pants essentially. And it was uh it was like a weird time, because like after that, like I felt like a lot of like bad luck happened to me, because 2015 to me was, oh, we got a question. All right, this is a question from Chris Layfield. So, what do you think about the protests taking place all across the world? All right, just let me go grab a bottle of water, and we can get into this. All right, just give me a moment. Do, 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 do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. All right. All right. Let's get back on to the show. All right, we're back. That was a little bit of a water grab break. And I should have grabbed another bottle of water while I was at it. But one should suffice. So let's get back to the question. So from Chris Layfield. Leafield. Well, every time I read that, I'm like, Lay. It's Leafield. Leafield. I'm sorry, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, it's that it's kind of like that, like Irish kind of where like the IGH is E. All right. Enough stalling. All right. So, what do you think about the protests taking place all across the world? All right. So, what I think about it. Oh, it's Lay. It's Lay. Oh, Lay. Oh, for one, like, oh, it's Layfield. I was right the first time. Oh man, I'm sorry. All right, I gotta make a special comment. Uh, so, sorry about that, but let me. I don't know because yeah, like I don't know, like some other people like pronounce it as Lee. Okay, let me get back on tangent. I'm sorry. So, what do you think about protests taking place all over the world? Oh, oh man, I don't mean to laugh. I'm just laughing at the like at the like the snafu I made. Oh, okay. Let me get. All right, let me get back. Let me get back to a good composure. All right. So like what I all right. Okay. All right. So what I think about the protests taking place all over the world, I think like it all depends on like how because how like things get done. To be honest, because it's all about give and take. Because like people are protesting because yeah like police essentially murdered no wait no not essentially actually murdered a person murdered murdered an African American in broad daylight with three other policemen like around just being complacent to what was going on with this one guy just pressing on or it was George Floyd. Yeah, George Floyd. Pressing on George Floyd's neck and just pressing the life out of him, to be blunt. And yeah, a lot of the protesting is in response to that happening, plus a lot more that's been happening for the past I'd say for the past like 500 years or more. Like like all the way back to the like slave trade era essentially. So what I think about the protests is that like I think like it's a good thing because people need to know that they have the power to change, but a lot of times like people in the world are sort of in that complacent area. Like they're like people like with the age of social media and sharing, like people are becoming more open to the facts that are happening every day, which pertains to police brutality, pertains to police corruption, pertains to just everything that's wrong with the system that was created in colonial times. Oh yes, police brutality is terrible. especially against Black and Indigenous peoples, especially. Yeah, yeah, because the entire system that we live in today was created by colonialism in general. Because like when you think about like soldiers in like 1792 going into reservations and slaughtering families of children and all that jazz. That same system has been evolving from those days, in which a lot of times it's like like a lot of times like nowadays it's become more well in there was like a time where like a lot of it was more subtle, in which a lot of people like wouldn't be able to pick up so easily. Like, it could be as simple as like I'll give an example like a yeah. So I was at the protest in Ottawa last Friday. Good to see so many young people of all races. Oh yeah, that's good. But yeah, like as I was going to my example, think of it as like simply just a policeman sees sees a white kid and a black kid like walking together, and like he walks up and asks the black kid for his ID. Like it's sort of in that like simple like ways. It's like, oh, but he was only asking for his ID, like just to see like if everything's all right. But the thing was, like, he went for the black kid who was doing nothing, and just having that subtlety is kind of breeds toxicity in such systems. Because like with the new age that we live in, sort of being racist is has become more subtle as it goes on, because like a lot of people are like calling out the big stuff, like, oh, he called so and so. I'm not I'm not going to say any names or any like racial expletives. That's not me. So I'm just gonna be like blank to blank, just just so you know. Yeah, sort of like the big things. Big things are still the big things, but sometimes subtlety is king when it comes to systemic racism. But yeah, like yeah. So let's see. It wasn't subtle. The government hid it, and the white establishment and school systems lied to us. Oh yes, yes. When it comes to yes, because like it's yes, yes. Like the like we live in a society where like our rules are dictated by like everything that comes with our government, comes with our school systems, and our expectations are to take everything in face value, which is sort of how what people want in this day and age. Like We all need to listen and learn and accept each other. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah, like because like I was actually like going on with this conversation earlier in my stream that yeah, like sort of to reiterate what I've said earlier is that yeah, because yeah, it's good to listen and learn and have a conversation without having an agenda attached to it because having an agenda is imposing a belief that you have onto another person that didn't ask for it at all. In which sometimes like that's not a good way to have a conversation with someone. To have a like an actual good conversation is just to yeah, like listen and learn their perspective as well as like you give them the trust to you give them the yeah, like you give them the trust to do the same for you. That's like where you can build a bridge between people and making sure like they kind of get your get your point across without like being preachy or like or just like very like forceful like damn it this that blah 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 like sometimes yeah there's a lot of times like people get that way. And at that point like it's kind of like it's really hard to actually listen when it comes to that point. Like if they're yelling in your face like rah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, imposing, yeah, that's the word. Just if they like impose like for example like one person's like an atheist, one person's religious, and the religious person is imposing like his beliefs, like out of like his experiences through life, trying when like trying to like impose his beliefs onto another person without having without having that that go between two people to have a decent conversation to get perspective on one another. And yeah, sometimes like yeah, like but yeah, it's like lot yeah, like the tangent that was going on was yeah, with a lot of people nowadays, like there's like an agenda behind like what they have because in the end of the day, like we all experience different things in time. Like because like for example, like yesterday, like I was eating a bag of chips and I feel my tummy rumble a lot of the time. And but at that exact same moment, someone else could have been like, "Oh, I'm eating a steak dinner." Just like a lot of the like simple things. Yeah, like a lot of the simple things in life can like have like a different experience for someone, especially in a lot of times like with there's this like the big one is like what would be uh yeah I'm kind of oh yeah kind of like a classism divide. Mm. Yeah, there was yeah, like there's like another whole can of worms with that one. Like there there is like a definite class divide when it comes to North America. Like there's the super rich, there's the filthy rich, there's the rich, somewhat rich, all the way down to bare bones poor. In which kind of kind of brings me back to like what our system also does in general is like pit people together out of like just because like someone has like more means than others. Yeah. Yeah, more means than others. Yeah. ah. Yeah, my mouth is pretty dry. Like for example, like there could be like a third generation like rich as hell trust fund person looking at like someone who's like kind of like down on his luck, and he's like, "Oh, get out of here, you bum! I'm not gonna give you change." Like a lot of times, people like view that. It's this is the whole thing. Like that the guy who's like out of down on his luck, he doesn't hustle hard enough. He doesn't like if he like hustled a bit more, like he could probably like prop himself up to get to a good level of sorts. But in the end, like a lot of times, like that doesn't work. Like there's people that like hustle like every day just to eat for the day. And yeah, like sometimes like there's like no way for a lot of people to like extend their means because of like where they're born and where they grew up. Like sometimes there could be like no way out, so they kind of try to find their own way to hustle. And sometimes on that journey to hustle, like it gets tough. Like you have to start doing things that yeah, money doesn't buy class, regardless of your wallet size. Means nothing if you're an uncaring asshole like Trump. Oh yes, that's a true thing indeed. Because a lot of times, like yeah, even then, like with the classist divides, like starts to breed a whole new, not a whole new, but like a whole, I should say, a whole different form of just like out of like being like out of touch with the world, which yeah, like sort of where uh where Chris was going at, like people like Trump who comes from like generations of wealth and doesn't know, has no idea of the experience of like what other people have like went through. And and like with all the money and class that he has, like it's sort of like it's kind of like, oh, I don't need to have a conversation to gain perspective because I'm here and you're here. So there's no need for me to go down here to have a decent conversation with my fellow people. And yeah, like it really shows like with like everything he does. Yeah, so like with what was it? Like with his like Twitter tirades. like I kind of see him as like a like an internet troll, but with the power of the White House. because the thing with like internet trolls, they antagonize people for attention, in which like in his position, he has like the best spot for attention. If he, for example, like if he like posts like a tweet saying, "All this is that," blah 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 blah, people will lose their minds over it because like having like such a because like in their it's like having such a person is like oh my god, like yeah, and which is like very true. But I often find like those kind of jobs are actually more of like a figurehead kind of jobs. So, and this is the kind of system that would love to have a guy like Donald Trump be a figurehead or be like the court jester for people to focus on him because like yeah like sort of these like these like big jobs like kind of like are like the jobs with the most exposure when it comes to like people like paparazzi and like news outlets and everything like because like and then all right that's what's scary. The sheep that believe him don't understand. He just wants their votes. He doesn't care about them, and the people would never associate with them. Yeah. So yeah, that's the sort of thing. Like because well, like as a Canadian, like I kind of like am looking over the fence when it comes to a lot of politics, but I do my own research. Like I read a lot of shit. But the best way to do to describe is that like every 4 years it's the same circus, and we're looking at the and like we're looking at like all these like candidates like oh, when are you going to be performing again? Oh yeah, I'm going to work on that soon. Right now like I'm just right now it's just I'm waiting on a couple things to come in for me to like get a good performance going. And when they do, like I can do some more performing. But for now, it's just me rambling about topics, and I don't know. Like this has been good. Like this is like the farthest I've ever been in my my opinions of stuff. but but yeah, it's just sort of yeah, that's how voting is. Same race, different horse. And a lot of times the winners have already been decided beforehand, which is always unfortunate. But yeah, lot of times it's just like hoping every day gets closer to having the world become better, because a lot of the oh, thank you very much, Chris. Because like a lot of times, like yeah, like the younger people are becoming more aware of what's going on with the world. So yeah, it's just leave our stock up to them, and then they can because like a lot of them, like a lot of people who are like in their 20s, they're going to the protests, they're being in their communities, like just like like building building everyone up, like in the future, like those are the future leaders of tomorrow. Because yeah, like we'll get closer to the day where like we will have like leaders that will listen, that will make things right, as yeah, as like some leaders in we're already getting closer to that direction for sure, with a lot of like leaders that are like rising up to take the places of the archaic thinking. It's sort of like the same. It's kind of like the same way where like um like the John A. McDonald's, Wilfrid Laurier's, like take a step back from. Yeah, let's hope for the best, for sure, for sure. Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, like it's kind of like how like the like John A. McDonald's, Wilfrid Laurier's, like those like prime ministers where like they had like really racist policies when it came to indigenous people. Yeah, it was just a lot of times like I see like there some people like celebrate like Johnny McDonald with having him on, what was it, the $10 bill, I think. No, wait, I think Wilfrid Laurier was on the $5, and Johnny McDonald was on the 10. I think there's someone else on the 10 now. But, a little like history timbit. Timbit. But anyways, little bit of like a history thing that like I've learned through my travels, that yeah, like Johnny McDowell like has made many racist policies towards Native Canadians, and he started the segregation movement, which put natives on reserves, and it was illegal for native people to get out of these reserves. And if they were out of the reserves, like they would need legal documents, either for like medical or like travel, for like any type of like meeting, just like any like official like government, like any like official government travel, like. But the yeah, that was like going on like in like the 1860s, and then yeah, that's where that's like a big part of like a big part of like Canadian history that like a lot of people like don't think about sometimes, because like living in Ottawa, like you see like a lot of like statues and a lot of bars dedicated to the like what they would call like the founding fathers of Canada would be like immortalized, but they kind of sweep a lot of their policies under the rug, which is kind of like a dick move to do. Yeah. So yeah, it's just yeah. I think there was like a big quote that John A. Macdonald had about Native people. I don't know. I'm gonna do a quick search. All right, John A. Macdonald. All right, John A. Macdonald quotes. All right, all right. So, all right, I'm gonna like read some comments. Let's see. Some John A. Macdonald quotes. 10 quotes John Macdonald made about First Nations. All right. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Have a good day, Chris. Have a good day. Thank you for listening, and thank you for giving me stuff to say. Stuff like to give my opinion. All right. All right. So we're gonna. All right. Let me. Okay. All right. I'm gonna read these quotes in like I'm gonna try to make my voice sound regal as hell. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So these quotes. I'm trying to build myself up to do it. It's just weird as hell. All right. All right. Sir, we are looking anxiously for your report as to Indian tiles both within Manitoba and without, and as to the best means of terminating, the Indian tiles in the Valley of Saskatchewan. Would you kindly give us your views on that point, officially and unofficially? We should take immediate steps to extinguish the Indian titles somewhere in the fertile belt in the Valley of Saskatchewan, and open it for settlement. There will otherwise be an influx of squatters who seize upon the most eligible positions and greatly disturb the symmetry of future surveys. 1870, a letter. All right, that was the first quote. Yeah, so if anyone's listening, just send a comment. And right now, I'm just saying quotes of John A. Macdonald because I go into the tangent of saying these quotes. Yeah, because there's like a lot of quotations of John A. Macdonald being racist towards the indigenous. So like I can say it in a regal voice. Say it. Well, let me open up. Say it in a regal voice. Oh, hello, hello, hello. All right. Yeah, I'm just having fun with this. So if people are watching, just comment along and we'll. All right. So this is quote number 2. When the school is on the reserve, the child lives with its parents who are savages, and though he may learn to read and write, his habits and training mode of thought are Indian. He is simply a savage who can read and write. It has been strongly impressed upon myself, as head of the department, that Indian children should be withdrawn as much as possible from the parental influence. And the only way to do that is to put them in central training industrial schools where they will acquire the habits and mode of thoughts of the white men. 1879. Boy, Jesus. Holy. Imagine if like a politician said that today. Oh my god. Imagine if like Andrew Scheer or Justin Trudeau or oh my god. Oh. Damn. Oh, that's too much. Oh, that racism's killing me. All right. I'm just I've been reading I'm reading a couple of John A. Macdonald quotes and holy shit. All right. Okay, so here's another one. It is worthy of consideration whether legislative measures should not be adopted for the establishment of some kind of municipal system among such ends to justify the experiment being tried. It is hoped that a system may be adopted which will have the effect of accustoming the Indians to the modes of government prevalent in the white communities surrounding them, and that it will thus tend to prepare them for earlier amalgamation with the general population of the country. 1880. Jeez, man, I'm kind of I'm kind of getting depressed by hearing. Oh my god, by saying these quotes. Oh, All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still going on in yeah, so I'm still streaming in all the platforms. Yeah, like YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, Periscope slash Twitter, LinkedIn, Dailymotion, a lot of other various platforms of social media in the world. So it's just a matter of just seeing if yeah, if anyone's watching. Like, I'm still going around saying, I'll show, yeah, Jamie Douglas had this yeah. So yeah, so like I've been for the past little bit, like I've been just saying John A. McDonald quotes. And the more I get into them, the more depressed I feel by saying these quotes, because holy shit. Like so far it was just like a racism home run 3 times already. All right, so this is number 4 of John A. McDonald quotes that I'm getting off this website, indigenouscorporatetraining.inc. All right, so this is John A. McDonald quote number 4. To wean them by slow degrees their nomadic habits, which have almost become an instinct, and by slow degrees absorb them or settle them on the land. Meantime, they must be fairly protected. Oh, not as bad, but very very bad. Not as bad as the other ones. Just basically like, we're gonna slowly stop their nomadic habits and just get them settled in one place. All right, man. I just uh, I feel even I feel so weird just talking about John A. McDonald quotes. Oh, come on. All right, so I'm that was number 4 of John A. McDonald quotes. So I'm gonna go to number 5, and if anyone's watching, just feel free to comment and say hello and say hi, and your comment will be on the feed right there. Like, is like where you can see, yeah, like right now, like it's Jamie Douglas. Please sign and share the petition that he made to help full-time entertainers get CERB payments, because a lot of live music has been canceled for the rest of the year, essentially. So it'd be good to sign and help make a change. All right, so as I was saying before, like I've been on a tangent of saying John A. McDonald quotes coming from an indigenous individual like myself, and basically, like they're like my reaction of a lot of cringy this that's coming. All right, so Here's quote number 5. So there were 10 quotes in total, in which I've gone through from 1 to 4, and they get progressively worse as it goes on. So I'm just kind of bracing myself to see how how this how this continues, because this is racking my brain, wriggling my brain, I should say. All right, so this is quote number 5 of John A. Macdonald, who was the first Prime Minister of Canada. Quote number 5. We have been pampering and coaxing the Indians that we must take a new course. We must vindicate the position of the white man. We must teach the Indians what law is. We must not paupericize them, as they say we have been doing. 1885. Okay, so holy shit. Okay, so essentially, like what he was saying, like, is that he has no time to like sugarcoat his imposition of subjugating indigenous people. Like he wants like stuff done now. It's like I want to put them in schools now, or oh man, like and, and as I like read these quotes, I'm kind of like feeling the indigenous in me like cringe very, very, very hard. I just feel like my soul just like oh my god. And yeah, like these like as I was saying, like these quotes are getting worse and worse as I continue to read them. Like I'm just hoping that I'm just hoping like there's just like some, well, yeah, essentially like there's like the best way to learn is to read. Yeah, like I knew that John A. Macdonald like had all these quotes, but I didn't, to be honest, like I knew he had this many, but way back when I was like learning, when I was just learning on my own, like reading articles, reading like a lot of stuff about our history, about Canada's history, about Indigenous history, like just a lot of like research I've done on my own. But holy shit, yeah, like when I first like was like looking at these, I'm kind of like or just looking around of how racist John Macdonald was, and yeah, like this guy was like a founding member, like founding father of Confederation. The $10 bill, like every time like people like are just like tossing $10 bills, they're tossing. It's like uh, well, I think it was Dave Chappelle that said like it's like baseball cards with racist stuff or something like that, along those lines. All right. Like I've been just trying to get myself to read these. Like I'm just trying to get myself to read these quotes, and you're seeing my reaction. Oh man, I need a vacation. already. Okay, so let's get to number 6. All right. All right, this is quote number 6 of John A. MacDonald. We have done all we could to put them on themselves. We have done all we could to make them work as agriculturalists. We have done all we could to supply the supply of cattle, agricultural implements, and instruction. To change them from a nomadic to an agricultural life, we have had very considerable success. We have had infinitely more success during our short period than the United States have had during 25 years. We have had a wonderful success, but we still have had the Indians, and then in these half breeds enticed by white men, the savage instinct was awakened, the desire of plunder, aye, and perhaps the desire of scalping. The savage idea of a warlike glory which pervades the breast of most men, civilized or uncivilized, was aroused in them. And forgetting all the kindness that had been bestowed upon them, forgetting all the gifts that had been given to them, forgetting all that the government, the white people, and the Parliament of Canada had been doing for them, in trying to rescue them from barbarity, forgetting that we had given them reserves, the means to cultivate those reserves, and the means to educate how to cultivate them. Forgetting these things, they rose against us. 1885. Okay. Oh, oh, fuck. Oh my god. Oh, oh, I need a minute. Oh, that was a long one. Okay. Oh my god. Man, there was a feeling in my mouth after just saying those words. It's kind of like, so it's kind of like something that like boils boils inside you, and it just, oh my god. So like what he was saying in that quote is essentially, yeah, we've worked with you, we've given you all the stuff that we felt was needed for you, but essentially we can't save you from yourselves. Oh, oh my god. Oh, okay, okay. Oh my god. Oh, oh man, I don't know why I'm getting myself like all get myself to read Johnny McDonald quotes. Like I feel to be honest, I'm feeling ill doing this. Well, there's our prime minister. Well, our first prime minister for you. Oh, yeah, this guy has statues of. Oh my god, I'm kind of. Whew. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I just kind of feel. All right, I gotta continue on. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. This has been one crazy thing after another. Oh, okay. So yeah, like I've been continuing on reading Johnny McDonald quotes, and so far, like I feel like I've been like going down the pit of hell, essentially, like because like I feel so red in the face by saying all this stuff. Like I feel like I feel my ancestors choke me, like saying saying all this all this stuff. It's like, what would my family say by me saying this stuff? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, what would my other indigenous peeps would say if I was if with me saying all this stuff? It's like I'm bringing up the wounds of the past, man. Yeah. Okay. I'm almost done with this. I'm almost there. I gotta talk to a friend. Oh, all right. Yeah, just sent a message to a friend of mine. Well, holy shit. Oh. Oh yeah, I was telling him. I'm reading Johnny McDonald quotes live, and he responds, "Oh God." All right, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I said I was gonna do 10. I'm on number 7 now. I'm on number 7. All right, let me just check this in there. holy, holy hell! Yeah, it's like the big thing is like I gotta will myself to to say these quotes because like every fiber of my body wants to reject the all these sequences of words out of my body because to quote someone is to be them maybe. The science isn't out there yet, but I'm just like I'm doing this just to like point out like yeah because I know like a while ago I was on a tangent about like elections and everything was like same race different horse, like that's the bottom line. So yeah, and I was talking about Johnny McDonald and how like how like he was like a really huge into racist policies towards indigenous people. So yeah, so like yeah, then I looked up a lot of the quotes that he did, and I've been saying them for the past little bit, and I feel sick to be honest. Like I just I feel like I need to uh maybe after when I'm done this. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Oh, there's not much. Okay. All right. Okay. Whoever's watching live is seeing me suffer through this. Let's see. Yeah, there's a couple people watching me live, seeing me do this. uh, but holy man. Okay, so let me. I just gotta check a couple things. Oh, yeah. Oh man. I'm sorry for people who are watching live. They're seeing me. They're seeing me like just get antsy and squeamish. Okay. All right. I want to get through this. I want to get it done. Like I just can't do this anymore. All right. So this is we acquired the North River country in 1870. Not a life was lost. Not a blow was struck. Not a pound nor a dollar was spent in warfare. In that long period that was since intervened, we have not hesitated to tell this House again and again we could not always hope to maintain peace with the Indians, that the savage was still a savage, and that until he ceased to be savage, we were always in danger of a collision, in danger of war, in danger of an outbreak. I am only surprised that we have been able to so long maintain peace, that from 1870 until 1885, not one single blow, not one single murder, not one single loss of life has taken place. 1885. Okay. uh, Jeez. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me just process that. All right, so like what I take from it is that he was saying that yeah, the Canadian government was very civil when it came to taking over Northwest Country, and he kind of viewed Indigenous people with a disdain for what he calls peace, in which is subjugation of rights towards Indigenous people. Like he goes on to call like every single thing like they do like savage, like throwing it out there, and that like he feels that like is a that they're a constant danger towards their towards the system. Hmm. This is what I'm taking from it, and yeah, like continuing on, like I've kind of just, oh my god. Whew. Hmm. It's kind of just, yeah, it's like kind of a weird thing to think about. Like when he's talking about Northwest Country, like he's talking about like my like the area where I come from, and yeah, like I don't know, like it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like hits home to me because like he like in this quote, like he calls like my people in particular savage, and he goes on to going like savage, a danger. Oh, uh, but yeah, I'm feeling too much into it. Like, whew, oh, that's to think like people like that in like have like the power to like just hold stuff like that together, and oh man, just thinking about that is kind of, today is the 12th of June. Yeah. uh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna get to the next one, and like whoever's watching me, yeah, like a couple people are watching me live right now. They just seeing me be all forlorn about. Uh, about these quotes because yeah, the thing is like quotes like this really like really like shows like the mindset of what it was like back then of of like government officials being so cavalier when it comes to racist policies. Oh man, like I got like mustache. That's why I talk like this. And holy man, like I can. It's just too much, too much. All right, let's go to another quote of John A. Macdonald. Okay. He shall die through every dog in Quebec. Wait, yeah. He shall die. Sorry. He shall die, though every dog in Quebec bark in his favor. 1885, following the execution of Louis Riel for treason. Huh. Oh, okay. So basically, like he had to get the last word in when it came to executing Louis Riel for treason. So yeah, like the founder of the Métis Nation, he had to be like, "Fuck yeah, you're gonna die," but those Quebecers will be like, "Woo!" Fuck. And I just imagine like what kind of wordings like this stuff will be like if like it was modern day and like he was like posting this shit on Twitter. Like, oh man, that like he'd be like, "All right, so we got oh those Quebecers will be crying for their Louis Riel." Um, or something like that. Like just, I imagine like he'd be like a bro. I just imagine him as like a bro. Yeah, it's too much, too much. All right, I'm still I'm still almost done this quote reading, and I'm kind of I'll be glad like when this is done because I can't I can't do this. uh, like I'm just going. Yeah, I can see them going red in the face with like just emotion. Like I'm holding back like emotion. All right, here's quote number 9 of John A. Macdonald. Yeah, let me. All right, let me. Okay, so yeah, I'm just continuing on from my tangent. Yeah, I just wanted to see some funny memes online before continuing on with this next one. Okay. Let's take a minute. Take a minute. Boop. All right. All right, let's get the show on the road. So, yeah, I've been saying John A. McDonald quotes for a while, and you're getting my reaction to all of them and what I take from them when they're being said. All right. So, from a list of 10 quotes, like I've got from Indigenous Corporate Training Inc. And yeah, I'm just like reading like the 10 quotes that they have here, in which I'm just giving them the good old reaction. All right, so this is number 9. Number 9. Sorry. All right. The great aim of our legislation has been to do away with the tribal system and assimilate the Indian people in all respects with other inhabitants of the Dominion as speedily as they are fit to change. Okay. Oh, so that's 1887. All right. Let's see. Like when did he die? I got John A. McDonald. Okay, so he died 1891. So let's see. Yeah, he was in office till 1873. In office. So did he? Yeah. So he died in office. It looks like. So like everything he says, like he's prime minister. Jeez. Like everything that was said in these quotes, like he was prime minister. Oh, okay. So here is the last one that I'm going to do, because I am really, really antsy and I just want to take a break. And yeah, I'll be back for another live stream. Don't you worry. And we'll find something to do. Like, I'm going to go all day, baby. Yeah. All right. So, if anyone has any topics for me, like they can send me a message, or they can send me. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this last quote. Then I'm gonna take a bit of a break. Then I'm gonna come back with more live stream, more Rocky Moon Talk Show, and I would like to invite some guests on. Like if they want to, like send me a message and I can send you a link to be on my live stream. Like I can talk to up to 3 people, 3 other people online at the same time with the live stream. All right, so okay, I'm gonna go with this is the last John A. McDonald quote. Okay, so yeah, this one, like it looks like it is in reference to making a law in place. So let's read in, shall we? Mm-hmm. All right. The third clause provides that celebrating the potlatch, which is an Indian ceremony, is a misdemeanor. This Indian festival is debauchery of the worst kind. And the departmental officers and all the clergymen unite in affirming that it is absolutely necessary to put this practice down. 1894. Wait, what? Damn. Yeah, that last one was just like post like life. Like he had to get that last word in. Oh Jesus. Oh my god. Like he had to get that last one in. Like, oh, what was it? Like 3 years after he died. Holy shit. I gotta admit that's some baller shit to have a quote after you die become very historical. Oh, oh, oh my. Oh, yeah. Then it's like, welcome to the 20th century. You know, oh, oh man, wow. Oh, I just gotta think about that one for a moment. Jeez, I'm. Yes, anyone who's watching have any 2 cents? Like, holy hell, like reading all these Johnny McDonald quotes, and the last one has to be one that was said like 3 years after he died. This is kind of this is too much. Uh, so essentially, in the quote, he like he provided that made like an like a indigenous festival called potlatch into a misdemeanor. And yeah, like he got like all these people uniting and saying, yeah, like this is the devil's work. Oh. Uh, all right, I'm glad to be done with this. But yeah, uh, I gotta admit this was sickening and fun at the same time. Like, I feel like I am a glutton for punishment, to be honest. Maybe I'll find like something else to talk about when I get back. Yeah, because I'm gonna do some more of the Rocky Moon show. in, let's see, I'll give myself about maybe half an hour, maybe. I don't know, but I need to recover from saying all this stuff. So I hope everyone has a good one, and I will be back with more stuff to say, stuff to talk about, or if there's an audience that wants to hear me talk about stuff, feel free to comment or message. All right, well, have yourself a wonderful half hour. Bye bye.